Very warm welcome to everyone. Today in online physiology seminar, I am going to present my topic systemic mechanism of arterial blood pressure regulation. For the regulation, first we have the baroreceptors. If the blood pressure rises above the normal range, then the baroreceptors are stimulated and it leads to the inhibition of the cardioaccelerotory centers and the stimulation of the cardioinhibitory centers. These two factors leads to the decreased cardiac output. Then vasomotor centers are also inhibited. It leads to the vasodilation and blood pressure reduced. And second, if we have the blood pressure which falls below the normal range, then the baroreceptor is slightly inhibited and it stimulates the vasomotor centers and inhibit the cardioinhibitory centers and accelerate the cardioacceleratory centers. These three factors leads to the elevation of the blood pressure. Then second, we have the chemoreceptor reflex. Chemoreceptor have high blood flow, 1200 ml per gram per tissue. This make it easy for the cell to detect the changes in oxygen, carbon dioxide and H positive. Reduced blood flow due to the reduced mean arterial pressure stimulate the chemoreceptors through the oxygen lack, increased hydrogen ion or carbon dioxide. Chemoreceptors are stimulated when the mean arterial pressure is lower than 60 mm of Hg. Response is excitatory, non-inhibitory, mainly through the activation of sympathetic nervous system. They reduce blood flow to unessential areas and protect vital tissue like brain and heart. Then we have the regulation of blood pressure. If the blood pressure decrease or volume decrease, we have short-term and long-term regulation. In short-term, sympathetic activation leads to the adrenal gland to release the epinephrine and non-epinephrine. This increase the cardiac output and peripheral vasoconstriction also occur, and it leads to the elevation of the blood pressure. And finally, homeostasis restored. Then in long term, the kidney produce two factors, renin and erythropoietin. Renin activate the angiotensin II and it leads to the production of antidiuretic hormone and aldosterone secreted. And in this case, we also feel stimulated thirst. And finally, blood volume increase and homeostasis reduce. In case of erythropoietin, increased red blood cell formation, it leads to also the blood volume increase and homeostasis restored. Thank you.